to me. Desperado won the Caulfield Cup again. American to the end.
In the half-light of Melbourne's dawn, Australia's racing fraternity was out in force at Moonee Valley today, as part of the celebrations for Saturday's $3 million Tats Cox Plate. Hello and welcome to your daily bite of the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival, as the richest weight-for-age race in the Southern Hemisphere took shape with a barrier draw immediately after the breakfast with the best morning gallops. The biggest track work crowd in years was there to see 11 of the 16 runners getting their final feel of the tricky valley layout. The most interest centred on the appearance of the New Zealander Jimmy Shue in the red, who was thrashed in a gallop by one of his main rivals, Rekindled Interest. Rekindled Interest, trained by Jim Conlon, ran home his last 400 metres in 23.86 seconds to confirm his reputation as a track specialist. But for Jimmy Shue's trainer, John Barry, the track defeat counted for naught.
Yeah, look, I think it stuffed it up a wee bit. Just the pacemaker probably didn't go as hard early on as we'd liked, and then the other one skipped away on us. And look, the reason my jockey's here riding the horse and rides him and work and gallops when I want in New Zealand is because he knows the horse, and he's like, "What do you want me to do? Go out just for the sake of the cameras to run up, run him hard behind Rekindled Interest." So we're happy with our horse, and like I said, it's Tuesday. Let's worry about Saturday.
Jimmy Shue, perhaps the highest profile New Zealand visitor in a decade, drew gate 10 in the preferential barrier draw, and Barry was summoning every New Zealand omen he could think of to talk up his chances.
I think the stars are aligning out. The last horse to win from barrier 10 was Bone Crusher. It's the 25th anniversary. The All Blacks are in the World Cup final. I think it's going to be a hell of a weekend in New Zealand.
3-year-old Helmet drew barrier 11, throwing his front-running plans into confusion.
Yeah, we're not going to let everyone know our plans, but we'll be definitely obviously in the first 3 or 4 there somewhere, and it just depends on what happens once the barrier's open, I suppose. It doesn't have to lead, no. It's just going to come down to tactics on the day, and I'm happy from barrier 11. We can sort of posse up comfortable where we like.
There were some surprises in the preferential draw with the first horse out, Secret Admirer, starting in the middle of the track, barrier 8, after careful thought from trainer Graham Begg.
We were fortunate enough to be first barrier drawn out, and we decided, middle of the field would have been good, was good for her, and she'll go back a little bit. We didn't want to be on the inside because we didn't want to get cluttered up and on the fence. So at least barrier 8 is speed outside and speed inside, so she should get a good run.
Efficient, the Melbourne Cup winner of 4 years ago, is in gate 5 with part owner Nick Williams insisting the 8-year-old is going as well as any time in his storied career. Glass Harmonium will provide some of the speed from barrier 4. Desperado has to pass a vet exam before heading into gate 9. Rekindled Interest's Good Morning continued with an ideal barrier 3. The 2 emergencies, Yossi and Avienas, are both out wide, and Victoria Derby winner Lion Tamer has the grandstand patrons for company in 16. And so to the market, and Helmet has retained favouritism despite his awkward draw. But Jimmy Shue is pressing him strongly, and it's double figures bar 2 with Rekindled Interest the big firmer. Trainer Jim Conlon has never had a Cox Plate runner and is enjoying the experience.
Very exciting. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. You get a little bit, certainly the last night I didn't have the best sleep, so, getting ready for this even. So by Saturday, I hope Rekindled Interest is handling it better than me anyway.
Last year, Rekindled Interest won the Moonee Valley Vaz for 3-year-olds on Cox Plate Day. And 2 starts back, he took the Group 2 Fian Stakes before running 5th in the Turnbull Stakes.
Gone back through all his work from day one. I was just looking at it last night leading up to today, and he hasn't had one day where he's had an issue, and every race has been exactly what I've been after in it. So it's been perfect.
One of the other key gallops of the morning was Lion Tamer, who worked with fellow New Zealander Wall Street. Jockey Hugh Bowman is prepared to forgive Lion Tamer's shocking run in the Caulfield Stakes last start.
I was pleased with him. I thought at the 400 metres that I was going to be sort of breaking his jaw to stay with Wall Street, and then I was surprised Wall Street gave a good kick there, and that sort of got me off the bit momentarily. But at the line I felt he would picked it back up, and I thought both horses worked particularly well.
And that's all we've time for on an action-packed day. But we'll be back tomorrow for another bite from the plate. We'll see you then.